Hello guys, welcome back again. This is a boy Adamslinkmedia. So guys, I have the story about a woman that I think you guys might learn one or two things from, and you guys might be interested in her story. Her name is Risikat Abdul Aziz. She's married but not with her husband, simply because her husband drove her and her kids away for simply having blue eyes. Is that not ridiculous, guys? Here we have a bunch of ladies, slave queens, who are going out there to do surgery and to buy artificial eyes. And here is a man who is opportune to date a woman, to marry a woman who has naturally gifted blue eyes. A prize, a treasure, and yet he sent her and her kids away simply because she has blue eyes and her children, two kids, has blue eyes. Is that not ridiculous? But now this woman's sad story has gone out to be one of the most talked about thing in Nigeria currently, simply because she now becomes herself and her children, and now over time model, like overnight she becomes a model that has attracted so many people to invest, and so many people are now coming to invest in her. Blue eyes. You guys, we all know that there are some slave queens who will go any length to buy artificial eyes. Yet this man had the opportunity to marry a lady with blue eyes, and yet he sent her away. If let's us say that this lady is educated, this man won't have the opportunity to even get close to this lady, talk more of getting married to her. So recently, let me just read you the story. There's a late hours, according to the guy who shared Risikat's story. He said that Risikat Abdul Aziz, the mother of two beautiful daughters that her husband left because of her blue eyes. Late hours of the day yesterday, I got a call that required me to document Risikat, a current social media trend, but I personally paid less attention to it, not until when my phone rang and I had to get my gear set for the story ahead. Risikat Abdul Aziz, 30, who is from Ilori, Kwara State, was sent out by her husband because of her blue eyes, and of which her children too possesses the same. Now, the question that struck my heart immediately I set my eyes on her and her two daughters earlier this morning was how magnificent God is, and how He has decided to create us wonderfully and beautifully. The question now is, must we be condemned because of how we look, our shape, our size, our color of our skin? No. A fate Risikat has accepted and look at it from the angle of a single mother, her strength, and how she has held up since her husband left her. Big thanks for conclusion of this story now is that Risikat's story has drastically changed, because it is rare to see people with different eyes, most especially if that person is from Nigeria, from Africa. We are popularly known for having black eyes. Yeah, black eye, but we are known for that, black and white. But this lady has blue eyes. A treasure that this man just lost. Now Risikat is on her way to become a multi-millionaire, herself and her children. And Risikat, who is 30 years old, from Ilori, Kwara State, said she will never ever go back to her husband. Meanwhile, her husband, when he was interviewed, said she never sent Risikat and his daughters away from the house, that Risikat was regularly insulting him and calling him names and insulting him that he is not taking care of the family well enough, that Risikat herself packed her things and left the house, that he never drove Risikat away. And Risikat said, Risikat, who is 30 years old, said she met her husband at her shop and they started courtship, that her husband didn't impregnate her before getting married, that they got married in Islamic way and proper way before deciding to have children. And Risikat, who is a seller, a provision store, a retailer, like let me call her a petty seller, And meanwhile, her husband is a vulcanizer, said she will never ever go back to her husband because her husband sent her packing with her children for simply having blue eyes. I think this, honestly, I'm still really baffled with this story, because how can a man be so foolish to allow a treasure to go just like that? Well, that is one thing. That is why people keep saying education is good. Education is really good. The man is an illiterate. He's not educated. An educated man will never ever make this kind of mistake, allowing his wife to go or driving his wife away simply because of blue eyes. So guys, let me just because she was interviewed recently, and she even exposed that she has a son. She had a son who also had blue eyes, but she lost her son simply because of negligence from her husband, who refused to pay the hospital bills of her son. That was how the son died. According to how she was, let me just read. They say, did your husband, an interview asked her, did your husband not notice that you had blue eyes when he was dating you? She said he knew I had blue eyes. He didn't complain about it. Then they asked her, are you the mother of Kasura, the little girl who also has blue eyes? She said, yes, my daughter is Kasura. My first daughter is Kasurat. She is about 5 years old and she was born with blue eyes. It is natural. God made it to be so. She has not started school because I have no money to put her in nursery or primary school. I hope to enroll her in public school when she attends the school age. The asked her, how does it feel having children with blue eyes like you? I don't feel bad about their blue eyes because I believe they are heritage. They inherited them from me. Then I asked her, what kind of relationship do you get from people about your children? She said there has been no adverse reaction from people about the color of their eyes since they have seen me. They are used to it. My children also have no problem with their playmates. They mingle freely with them in the area where we live. Then they asked her, has anyone told you there could be some signs behind those blue eyes? Then she said, I don't know. Doctor at the University of Ilori Teaching Hospital only told me that they are normal. They did not tell me that there is any signs behind it. Then they asked her, you were said to have been driven out by your husband because you had children with blue eyes. When did this happen? She said, this happened about a year ago when my husband told me to pack my things out of his house. He told me that his parents said they could not live with children with blue eyes. My husband said his parents told him to marry a woman that would produce children with normal eyes. So he told me to pack out of his house and I moved to my parents' house. They said, has he ever visited you since you left his house? He came occasionally but would not give me and my children money. When I was in his house, he didn't give me money for food. It was my parents that used to feed us. My mother would bring foodstuff from our house and would also give us money. This is how we have been living. But I want to tell you that my husband and I are not fighting. It was his parents who said they could not live with my children having blue eyes. They forgot that those children were created by God who made them to have blue eyes. So guys, this man's mother was the main downfall of this man, because now Risikat is on her way to become a very famous person in Nigeria, and as we speak there are a lot of offers already. A lot of modern agencies are offering her a lot of money, she and her kids, to model for them. So sorry to this guy. This man has lost big time. He is the loser. Sorry, this man has lost, he is definitely the loser. Mind you guys, Risikat can't speak English or pidgin English. So when they were interviewing her, she was clearly speaking in Yoruba language, and that is also a Nigerian language. So apart from that, sometimes that's just how God's work. this man drove his wife away simply because his parents told him that they cannot have children with blue eyes. So is his parents now saying that, okay, those children that God gave you, send them back to God and have normal children? Is that what his parents were telling him? Because it's not possible. You gave birth, you have your own kids, simply because they have blue eyes, you just abandon them, saying they are not your children. I think I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have learned one or two things from this story, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Try as much as possible to leave your comment. Tell me exactly how you feel about it, and tell me your stand in this whole story. And don't forget to like this video, comment, share it on all social media platforms. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter, Adamslinkmedia.